go fishing or you're out on the lake or something like that, one of the first things you need to do is just see what the wind situation is, because wind comes in tons of different forms. You've got wind that comes from all directions: south wind, southeast, southwest, west, northwest, northeast, east, just all over the place based upon the weather patterns that come in. And the direction and the speed of the wind in correlation with the water clarity and the water temperature is what you have to understand. When you're talking about wind and trying to make a game plan around it and try to figure out, how you need to fish, you can't just look at the wind, because you have to have all three of those connected: wind, water clarity, and water temperature, in order to assess that decision, or that decision making process. So what I want to do is without going into like a 8-hour seminar, which I could on this, I want to briefly go through every season of the year and talk to you a little bit about wind and what it does to the fish, and sort of what you need to do to adjust to it, and situations that are better than not. So when you're talking about wind in different times of the year, don't really think about it in terms of months. Think about it in terms of your water temperatures. So when we're talking about this, I want to talk about every water temperature gradient, 10-degree differences, like 40 in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, 70s, 80s, and on so forth like that. Those are going to be the gradients we talk about. So let's start out with colder water and as it warms up. If you're fishing in cold water, like water temperatures in the 40s, this is one situation where wind is not going to be your friend. It's like, you really, in the wintertime when the water temperature is cold, you really don't need, or really don't want wind, because it doesn't really do anything to activate the fish. The mood and the personality of the fish and the depth zones that they're usually at when the water temperature is in the 40s is not conducive beneficially to have much wind at all. So when the water's in the 40s, guys, I don't want much wind. At the most, I want just like a little ripple on the water. It's not going to, I don't want to have to deal with it, because it's not going to affect my lure selection to take advantage of the wind. And that's what we're going to try to do in the video today, is how to take advantage of the wind. So days that are windy in the wintertime, the only thing it's going to do, it's going to make it more difficult for you to fish and more uncomfortable for you to fish, because if the water temperature is in the 40s, more than likely the air is cold, and if it's windy, it's going to be hard to move around. The wind chill is going to be bad. It just sucks to fish on a windy day when the water temperature is in the 40s. Okay, now as